Hey Aries, welcome to your weekly forecast for October 28th through the November 3rd. I don't know why I said the. We're going to see what's happening. We're going to use this little Halloween deck to see what's happening in the week ahead. And I'm going to pull a spirit message for you from that deck there for the week. So let's get right on in here and see what's going on for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising on Halloween week. We are coming into Mercury retrograde at the end of the week, so we'll see what theme may be coming up for you as you're heading into that, and we'll see what's happening in the week. So, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Here is your Monday, Tuesday, your Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right. So we have 7 of Imps. All right, Aries. So, I kind of feel like this is what happened with you guys. We had the Scorpio new moon, over the weekend, right? And this is the week right after that new moon. That Scorpio new moon did come in with a lot of argumentative energy for some people. And we know Aries, you guys, you might be in a situation that whatever happened was a matter of principle. Now, I do feel some of you are wondering, man, did I overreact? Maybe I shouldn't have gotten upset. Maybe I should, give this person another chance, or maybe I should go back and apologize. And Spirit wants you to know something very important about this. If there was a disagreement over the weekend and you're just kind of second guessing it, when 7 of Wands comes up, or in this case, 7 of Imps, it's saying you need to stand your ground. It doesn't mean that you have to be in a bitterness or like a toxic kind of energy, but you need to hold on. Like, I feel that a lot of you expressed your truth, and you don't have to take back your truth simply because it was inconvenient for someone else, or maybe it hurt their feelings. And it's good to want to make peace, but you don't want to go back and say, you know what, forget about what I said. I didn't mean it. Maybe you can try to explain it in a way that, hey, look, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I don't want you to be hurt over it, but like, this is how I feel, or this is what my challenge is in the situation. So when 7 of Wands comes up, or 7 of Imps, you need to stand your ground without getting pulled into drama. For other ones of you, Aries, understand something, and I'm going to be very honest with you. This new moon we just had in Scorpio made a lot of people want to bring about change in their life, or think about the things that they're wanting to call in. And we know, Aries, that when it comes to work situations, you guys tend to be very, very focused. Like, you guys are always competing against yourselves. Like, you did good, it's not enough. Next time you want to do better. Like, you're constantly challenging yourselves. You're constantly pushing yourselves to go further, do better, go farther. And so in a work situation, Aries, chances are that many of you are very good employees, or that you might be up for a promotion, or you may have recently gotten promoted. And so there might be people, Aries, that are looking at you like, oh, Aries is the competition. Like, if it wasn't for Aries, I would have had that raise by now. Or if it wasn't for Aries, I would have had that promotion by now. Or if it wasn't for Aries, I wouldn't have to work so hard. Aries is making me look bad. So there could be something happening in a work situation where you feel someone is trying to pull you into some kind of drama, either to distract you or to make you look bad, or they might be coming after you and competing with you in a work situation. And God forbid, some of you might have people that are coming in and trying to sabotage, or make it look like you didn't know what you were doing, or make it look like, you're messing up. So if that's the case, Aries, make sure that you are focused when you go into work. In the beginning of the week especially, make sure that you're paying attention to your work, you're double checking it, make sure you're keeping a written record of things. If somebody asks you to do something, or tells you to do something a certain way, follow it up with an email. Hey, thanks for taking the time to meet with me about that. So I'm gonna do A, B, C, and D just as you requested. Please let me know if anything else comes up, or please let me know if you would like this changed. But right now, per our conversation, I'm gonna do this, 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 and this, so that later on they can't go back and say, "Oh no, Aries, I didn't tell you to do that. I told you to do something else," right? Like they can't come in and make it look all of a sudden like you're the one that messed up. So you're just, and I'm not saying this to get you scared. I'm not trying to like make you paranoid. Just understand and know that this energy is coming up, it's letting you know that one of your life lessons right now, or one of your moments of growth coming into this week, is going to be like staying on top, or staying where you are and not getting knocked down from it. Some of you did win an argument and you're feeling guilty about it, or you got a promotion and you're feeling guilty about it. And Spirit is saying, stop feeling guilty about it. It's okay for you to be on top, or it's okay for you to have been successful in this situation. You don't have to apologize for that. Your Wednesday, Thursday, Aries, I don't do reversals. I had the deck upside down, so I don't do reversals, my darlings. You have the Lovers. Okay, so this is going to be a choice or a decision. For some of you, it could very well be having to do with your love life. It's going to be different for different ones of you, obviously. But Lovers is a card that many people associate with romantic relationships. And it is a card that has to do with choices and decisions. And something that's very interesting, although I have not seen it come up this way in my readings, I have heard some readers refer to the Lover's card as a card of sacrifice. Like you're about to get something really good, but you have to give up something else for it. And I guess that makes sense, because that still falls under the whole thing of making a choice, or choosing, or making a decision. I don't typically read this card in that way, but it popped up right now. So Spirit is letting us know that for some of you, you are making some kind of a trade, or you are making some kind of a sacrifice. You're sacrificing one thing for another. And for some of you, it might have to do with your love life. I do feel that for some of you, what's happening is you are getting more focused about your personal life, and you are getting more focused about like being more balanced, or being more secure in terms of money, business, work, and things like that. And so I do feel, Aries, some of you are coming into this thing where you're manifesting a relationship, or you're manifesting the healing of a relationship, and a part of that is going to be that you are giving up some of your associations, or like you're going to bed earlier, or somebody's calling you with their drama and they want to talk to you about their problems, and you're like, "I'm so sorry, I really wish I could, I'm not feeling well, I have to go lay down," or I didn't get much sleep, I gotta go to bed, or I gotta be at work early, or I really can't talk now, I'm at work, or whatever it is. I just kind of feel like some of you are shutting certain people out, or just being on a more rigid or tighter schedule, if that makes any sense. I just kind of feel like a lot of you are trying to focus on yourself, and the relationships that are meaningful to you, and you're beginning to see a lot of the people who are distracting you, or who are just kind of using up your time. And so I feel some of you are letting, or trying to phase or fade out of certain friendships, or connections, or relationships, because you are wanting to have like a lover energy in your relationship, or you are wanting to have abundance that you're manifesting. So it just kind of feels to me like you're letting something go. I do feel some of you do have someone from the past coming up, and it could be because of the Mercury retrograde energy. But it could also be the holidays. A lot of people get very sentimental around the holidays. But I do feel there's something coming up where some of you are having to make a decision about giving someone a chance. And that makes sense to me, because your first card was Seven of Wands, and your theme seems to be don't give, like don't go back on your word, right? So some of you are having to be firm with boundaries, or having certain people out of your life. Your next card here, my dears, is Knight of Bats. Okay, Knight of Bats. So this is going to be Again, potential for argument. Potential for argument. Understand something. This card is coming up at the end of the week, Aries. And so the end of the week, like the Halloween time, the end of the week, it's when we're coming into Mercury retrograde. And so Mercury retrograde, a lot of stuff happens with communication. And we have a full moon happening in November that's going to be affecting communication. We just had a new moon in Scorpio that affected communication. And we have Mercury retrograde that's going to affect communication. It's almost like just this perfect storm of energies coming together that make the current time ripe, like just ripe for disagreement, ripe for conflict. And so Spirit is saying you can't avoid this. You can avoid this. You don't have to get pulled into the drama. You don't have to get pulled into the arguments. But understand and know, Aries, I feel this very strongly. It's going to happen in a couple of different ways for you all. Some of you have someone who's very envious of you, who feels very threatened by you. It could be a coworker, it could be a sibling, it could be a frenemy. It can be a lot. It could be a partner, unfortunately, for some of you. But someone who feels in competition with you. And so they might be kind of coming at you and trying to put you down in some way or put you in your place in some way. If this happens, my darling, please stay cool as a cucumber. Don't get pulled into the drama. You can stand your ground peacefully. You can stand your ground without losing your head. Don't let it throw you off your center. For other ones of you, you do have someone from the past coming up and wanting a reconciliation with you, whether it's a friend or a family member or a partner or an ex-lover, whatever it might be. But I feel that when you tell this person no, or when you tell this person I'm sorry, but it can't be the same again, or whatever you tell them, I feel like they're going to go out of their way to try to create drama to make you look bad. Like they came up and they were so nice to you and you said no, so then they started to do all these things to kind of aggravate you. Either they insulted you or either they said things to you that were very hurtful, kind of like just very immature, like, oh, you don't want to be with me, well then you're stupid, or oh, well then you're ugly, or like whatever, like or they might say much worse than that, but it's like, oh, well, you hurt me, so now I'm gonna hurt you. So some of you might have like that happen and you're very tempted to get pulled into an argument or into a fight. They just want to go around and be able to say, oh, look, I was so nice to Aries. I came with my heart in my hand, and they just completely and totally had this attitude. They were so terrible. And then they said this and they said that. And they're not even talking about what they did, right? They just happen to conveniently forget, they're part in the situation. So I just feel like some of you are having a person try to pull you into drama. Like they're trying to pull you into their drama, and Spirit is saying, look, you are at a really big crossroads right now. You've come a really far way. You've come a really long way. Don't allow these people or situations to cause you to go backwards. You've come far too far to deal with this mess now. Don't get pulled up into it. Other ones of you, Aries, because you are so focused and so determined right now, you are being asked to pay attention to your communication style and the way that you are communicating. This is especially true for those of you, Aries, where you have found yourself with a new responsibility or a promotion at work, or if your job requires you to deal with customers, or if your job requires you to watch over other people, if there's people that report to you, or it's your job to delegate work to others, you need to be very careful how you are speaking, because you might be in such like business mode right now, like so focused, like go time energy, that some people might misunderstand your energy and they might misunderstand the way that you're speaking, and it could come off like Aries is being very short, Aries is being very mean, Aries is being very rude the way that they're speaking to me, and so there could be some kind of a complaint that arises. Keep in mind, the reason for that complaint is probably someone that just feels jealous of you, and so they're just like saying, well, I don't know why you have that job, because you're the worst, you're just so terrible. But it's coming out of their jealousy, it's coming out of their envy. So don't make it easy for them to have something to complain about, and just be very cautious with the way you're saying what you're saying, like what you're saying, how you're saying it, because you may be so serious right now that other people might feel like you're being rude or short or whatever or what have you. So keep that in mind, my darlings. Let's see what your spirit message is for the week. And I do encourage you all to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos as well, because some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. They might be very helpful for you in bringing in a little extra information. So make sure to do that as well. Your card here for the week is enchantment. Okay, so what Spirit is saying here, you have a lot of really serious energy that came up for you in the week. Lots of serious energy. So Spirit is asking you to take time to try to connect with the dreamier things. Try to take time to connect with the things that you find mystical or magical or inspiring or comforting. Understand and know that you are coming into a time of very, very, very fast manifestation. So what Spirit is wanting you to do is take this Mercury retrograde season easy. Like, just try to stay focused on what you need to do, get a lot of rest, avoid distractions, avoid drama, and try to fill your mind with the things that are inspirational or that are exciting you or that make you feel better. Whatever it might be, that kind of awakens that sense of magic in your mind, that sense of excitement, creation in your mind. This also makes me feel, Aries, that some of you are, and again, it's very interesting why this is coming up. I feel like some of you are beginning to see yourself in a different light. Like, you're kind of beginning to fall in love with yourself. Okay. I have to be honest with you. I did your love reading for November. You guys know I don't focus too much on love and romance in the weekly forecast. I do the love reading separately. But I have to be honest with you. When I did your love reading for November, I don't remember it because I channeled. We have a lot of big energies coming up and a lot of big shifts that are happening, in the Taurus full moon that's happening in November is affecting a lot of people in their love life in a very permanent way. So I said, you know what? When I do the love readings for November, let me get out of the way. Let Spirit do the talking. And I channeled the whole time. I believe there is something in there about like uh transformation, or I don't remember. But I would definitely check it out. If nothing else, read the title. I don't have it in front of me right now, but if it resonates with you, maybe give it a watch. But for some reason, and I don't know if this is going to tie into your love reading or not, for some reason, when I'm feeling this card, I'm feeling an energy of like you are seeing yourself in a different light, and your self-esteem is really going up. Like, you're seeing yourself as like this mermaid, or you're seeing yourself as a very magical, very unique person. Like, hey, I am special. There aren't a whole lot of people like me. And so there's just this thing of like finding your positive qualities and like falling in love with yourself. I feel that for some of you as well. You may need a private reading, guys. I'm more than happy to do that. If you click on the Calendly link, you can schedule a private reading with me there. I do thank you so very much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I'm wishing you a fabulous week.